What's going on, guys? Wanted to make another book review for you guys. And this is a classic book that I think every single person needs to read, especially people in the Black community. And that's Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the original book, just Think and Grow Rich, that was written by Napoleon Hill in 1948. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's when the original version was written. But this one here was actually written in the 90s, I believe. I think it was 1992. I can't keep up with all these books, guys. I really should have looked at this before I started, but this is how you know it's authentic. This book here was written in 1991. So this is basically like a revision of the original version. For those of you who have written Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, that was basically just a very broad book about how to be mentally successful, having mental strength and using that mental strength and using certain practices, having a certain mindset that would make provisions for you to attain economic success, financial success. And this book kind of piggybacks on this, but it's a revision for Black people. So, you know, right here on the back, it talks about, you know, your Spike Lees, your George Washington Carvers, your Jesse Jackson, Selma Burks, Oprah Winfrey's, Alex Hayes, Ray Charles, people like that. And like I said, it kind of just piggybacks on what was already established, the groundwork that was already laid down by Napoleon Hill decades before. Napoleon Hill, that is, he already had basically a manuscript of what he felt like Black Americans needed to do in light of the different problems that we face here in America. And but unfortunately, he passed away before those things could have actually came to fruition. So the Napoleon Hill Foundation decided to choose Dennis Kimbro, who was an author, and he had his own background in business law and things like that. They decided to have him come and write what he believes needs to be changed just to kind of fit the narrative of what a Black person needs here in America. So if you've read Think and Grow Rich, you definitely need to read this if you're a minority. Don't let the title fool you. You don't actually have to be Black. I think even a white person can actually benefit from this book. But if you're Black, you're Asian, you're Hispanic, whatever the case is, you're some sort of minority, Native American, I think you need to check out this book, because it's going to change a lot of the different rules and the ways that you should approach certain things in light of the fact that you are different from the majority. Majority of people here in America are white men and women. So by being minorities and acknowledging the fact that we didn't always have the liberties that we have in today's society, in light of the fact that we had to fight for a lot of the liberties we have in today's society, in light of the fact that majority of Black people don't come from a household that had financial freedom. Most people don't come from a household that actually have two parents. Most Black people don't come from a family that already has businesses set in place and all you have to do is just step up to the mantle once you get of age and you already have this inherited business. A lot of Black people and other minorities don't have that here in America. So this book right here gives you basically, like I said, the blueprint, the manuscript, in order to circumvent that and achieve financial success. So I would advise you guys to read Think and Grow Rich, the first one, before reading this. But, you know, don't get it twisted. This here is also a very important book to read as well. And, you know, it has many different chapters. Like I said, it's not just talking about investments. It's not just talking about pure money. It's also just talking about how to reach the next level, how to reach the top level in your life, how to be the pinnacle of success, not just financially, but physically, mentally. You know, here's just a few of the chapters for you guys. Chapter 7, self-reliance. Chapter 6, what are you worth? Chapter 5, by all means, persist. Chapter 4, faith, the prerequisite to power. So like I said, this is a self-help book. Don't allow it to just be a financial book. You put all these tools together, and with these tools, it's going to give you the tools to be financially successful. But this isn't necessarily a financial help book. It's a self-help book. So like I said, read the first one and then read this one. And I think everybody can benefit from this. Like I said, all races of all ages. The only thing I will say about it is a fairly hard read. If you're somebody who you've been reading Cat in the Hat your whole life, you know, maybe kind of work your way up to this one, man, because it's long. It's not really entertaining. You know, I like learning, but goddamn, it's not entertaining at all. It's pretty boring, but the information is, you know, A1. So what would I rate it? Like I said, although it's a very powerful book, I would only rate it about a 7, maybe an 8 out of 10, just because of the, you know, it is a hard read. It really is. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, but it's something that all you guys need to bite your tongue for and go ahead and knock it out, because it's a very powerful book. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching as always. Peace.